Om Swastiastu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam nama budaya, may peace be upon us all. I want you guys imagine what would happen if the future of this country did not have a strong foundation in education. As we know, education is the foundation. It is just not about learning in the classroom, but a path for our children to grow, dream, and contribute to the country. Currently, Indonesia is working hard to expand access to education for all, but our struggle is not over yet. There are still many challenges ahead, from the quality of learning, infrastructure readiness, and support for vulnerable groups, including children with disabilities and those living in back country. So, the question is, how far have we come? Let's take a look one by one. In 2024, we have much to be thankful for. More than 53 million Indonesian children are now receiving an education in over 448,000 educational institutions spread across the country. This is not a small number. It is a true reflection of our collective hard work. Participation rates also show significant progress. Children aged 7 to 12 are 99% are already in education, and children 13 to 15 are 96%. For children with disabilities, there is also good news. Aged 7 to 12 are 83% are now participating in education, and aged 13 to 15 are 60%. The government also continues to launch programs that directly impact the community. For example, the Indonesian Pintar Program, or PIP, has been a lifeline for nearly 19 million students from low-income families. In addition, we have created 153 community learning centers, or CLC, for children of migrant workers who are frequently disregarded by the official educational system. We should be appreciative and thankful for all of this investment. Despite of all of this achievement, there is still a significant challenge that need to be faced. There is still inequality in access to high-quality education. There is still a large gap between cities and villages in terms of facilities, teaching staff, and learning opportunities. There are still a lot of rural schools without labs, classrooms, or even access to sanitary facilities and clean water. In addition, some schools in 3T areas or Indonesian as terdepan, terluar, tertinggal still consider power and internet to be extravagances, even though this should be fundamental privilege. If this continues, many children will be left behind, and ultimately, we will all feel the consequences. I'm not standing here to blame. I'm standing here to remind us. Change begins in the community. If your teacher mentor someone beyond the classroom, if your student raise your voice for those who can, if your leader prioritize education budgets and programs that reach most disadvantaged, and if your parent support your child's learning and the learning of others. Donate a book, volunteer at local school, listen the needs of our underserved neighbors, share educational research online. No action is too small when the goal is justice. It's time for us to move forward together. Educational equality cannot be delayed. We need more investment, not just money, but also attention, innovation, and commitment. We need adequate infrastructure in all regions, qualified teachers distributed evenly, programs that truly reach those who have not yet been reached. We all, the government, educators, parents, and the community have a role to play in ensuring no child is left behind. This is our shared responsibility. We have the admirable objective of ensuring that no Indonesian child is left behind in their education, not because poverty, not because of distance, not because of differences. Let us keep that promise. Every child, every chance in every classroom is the future of our nation that we must fight together. That's it I can say. If there were any improper words in my speech, I humbly apologize. I hope you can accept it with understanding. Om Santi, 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 Om. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam, nama budaya, may peace be upon us all.